In the haunting aftermath of his mother, Princess Diana's untimely demise, Prince Harry embarked on a deeply sorrowful journey. At the ripe age of 32, driven by an insatiable longing for answers and a desperate bid for solace, he made a heart-wrenching decision. The sudden and tragic loss of such an iconic figure left a void in the hearts of millions. Among those left grappling with profound grief were her two sons, the young princes William and Harry, whose lives were forever altered in the blink of an eye. The city, known for its romance and charm, held a different kind of significance for him. Harry's wish was simple yet profound. He yearned to revisit the site of the fatal crash, the infamous Pont tunnel where his mother's life had tragically ended. He entered the car with Billy behind the wheel, and they set off into the bustling streets of Paris. As they navigated through the labyrinthine streets of Paris, the vehicle glided past the Ritz, the very establishment where Diana had dined just hours before her fateful journey. Each passing moment brought them closer to the site of the tragedy, intensifying both the anticipation and dread that filled their hearts. The darkness enveloped them, amplifying Harry's feelings of vulnerability and dread. Suddenly, Billy slammed on the brakes, bringing the car to a screeching halt. "This is it," he said, his voice echoing in the confined space. He remarked, "Well, that was fun, wasn't it?" He realized that in his desperate quest for answers, he had merely delved deeper into the abyss of his grief. With trembling hands, he dialed his brother's number, hoping to find solace in the comforting familiarity of William's voice. Instead of bringing him peace, it opened up a Pandora's box of emotions, intensifying his pain and leaving him more disoriented than ever before. He realized that in chasing the shadows of the past, he had forgotten the warmth of the present. The love and support of his family and friends, the very anchors that could have guided him through the storm. Recognizing this epiphany, Harry vowed to chart a different course, one that led away from the haunting echoes of the tunnel and towards the healing embrace of the living. But even in the support of his sibling, Harry found little respite. However, instead of finding closure, he stumbled deeper into a labyrinth of grief and despair. The haunting experience left an indelible mark on his psyche, underscoring the complexities of mourning and the elusive nature of solace. William, ever the pragmatist, couldn't comprehend the need for such a harrowing journey, reminding Harry of the potential danger he had exposed himself to. The closure he had sought so fervently had eluded him, leaving him more tormented than before. But his words fell flat, unable to penetrate the thick wall of grief that had enveloped Harry. There was no joy, no amusement to be found in this morbid excursion. This is where it happened. The realization washed over Harry in a tidal wave of emotion, bringing back a flood of memories. Your feedback is highly valued. Also, kindly extend your support by giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing for more updates on our latest content. Thank you for watching. He could almost feel his mother's presence, her essence lingering within the very walls of the tunnel. Their first stop was the Ritz Hotel, a place where his mother had enjoyed her last meal before boarding. After a few tense moments, Billy started the engine and slowly drove forward. The car moved at a leisurely pace, allowing Harry to absorb the full weight of his surroundings. The tunnel stretched before them, its darkness concealing the secrets of the past. Harry leaned forward, his eyes scanning the tunnel walls, desperately seeking any sign, any clue that might shed light on the events that had transpired here so many years ago. But the tunnel offered no answers, its silence deafening in the face of his desperate questions. The tunnel's mouth gaped like a hungry maw, threatening to swallow them whole. The rush of air mingled with his tears, forming a tangible presence in the stuffy car. Emerging from the tunnel, he felt as though he had survived a shipwreck, battered and bruised but alive. The bright sunlight seemed to pierce through his soul, amplifying the torment within. As they approached, Harry leaned forward, his gaze fixed on the tunnel's entrance. He could feel the car's wheels grazing the notorious bump that had played a pivotal role in his mother's accident. It was the same bump that had sent the Mercedes veering out of control, leading to the catastrophic collision that had claimed Diana's life. In that instant, he felt an overwhelming urge to flee, to escape the clutches of the past that loomed so ominously before them. But escape was impossible. He was trapped in a web of fate, reliving his mother's final moments in agonizing detail. A sense of foreboding hung heavy in the air as they retraced her final steps, each turn, each landmark serving as a reminder of the impending ordeal that awaited them. Adding another layer of complexity to his request, he also wanted to experience it in the exact manner his mother had, driving at the same speed. At first, Billy was taken aback by this unconventional request, grappling with the potential risks and ramifications of such an action. However, understanding the emotional turmoil his young charge was experiencing, he eventually relented. Now a young adult, Harry's desire for answers regarding his mother's untimely demise had only intensified. During his time in Paris for the Rugby World Cup semifinal, he made a profound decision that would forever change his perspective. As the world mourned the people's princess, these two young princes carried the weight of their sorrow with a stoicism that belied their tender years. Harry decided to retrace the final moments of his beloved mother's existence, revisiting the very streets of Paris where her life was tragically cut short. Amidst the sea of condolences, one question continued to nag at Prince Harry's young mind. Why did their mother, the radiant Princess Diana, choose to depart this world on that fateful day? Little did he know that this burning query would echo through his thoughts for years to come. What compelled him to undertake this emotionally charged endeavor? And what profound insights did he gain from this harrowing experience? Join us as we delve into the depths of Prince Harry's soul-stirring journey and uncover the revelations that continue to reverberate within him. In the somber chronicles of August 1997, the world stood still as news of Princess Diana's fatal car accident in the heart of Paris sent shockwaves across the globe. In the wake of this devastating tragedy, the princes drew strength from each other, finding solace in their shared bond of brotherhood. Fast forward to 2007, when Prince Harry found himself in Paris once again. He confided in his security detail, Billy the Rock, revealing his innermost thoughts about his late mother. As the appointed day arrived, Harry prepared himself for the journey of a lifetime. With the engine purring softly, they ventured forth, the somber mood settling over the car like a shroud. Finally, they arrived at the tunnel's entrance, the portal to the abyss of memory. But as they entered the tunnel, a surreal silence descended, muffling the sounds of the outside world. As they waited in the eerie silence, Harry couldn't help but wonder if he was truly connecting with his mother-esque spirit or if it was just the echoes of his grief reverberating through the tunnel. As the car reached the end of the tunnel, Harry let out a breath he didn't realize he had been holding. In a feeble attempt to alleviate his suffering, Billy, ever the dutiful bodyguard, resorted to humor. As the weight of the experience began to sink in, Harry found himself questioning the wisdom of his actions. Determined to quell the turmoil within, Harry turned to the only remedy he knew, his beloved brother, Prince William. Harry's attempt to find closure in the remnants of his mother's tragic demise proved to be a futile endeavor. Yet amidst the wreckage of his shattered hopes, a glimmer of understanding emerged. In the aftermath of his mother's tragic passing, Prince Harry embarked on a journey of remembrance, revisiting the very site where her life had come to an abrupt end. If you found this video insightful, don't hesitate to express your thoughts in the comments below.